Hey Difference Maker. So over the past few weeks, my team and I have been reviewing tons of websites again, as we often do. And the funny thing is, the problems never seem to change. All of the websites seem to have the same sorts of problems over and over again, and they're perpetuating their marginalizing results from one company to the other to the other. So we're shooting this to briefly show you what we found so that you can avoid making those mistakes on your site. Make sure you have these things covered if you are a cause-driven, ethical, B Corp or sustainable company and you want to stand out, sell better, and make more of an impact. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first thing that sites are often missing in your space is the ability for the visitors to have self-recognition in the site. A huge mistake that websites are still making is that they don't realize that their target audience isn't actually looking for them. They're actually looking for themselves on the page. They're looking for the problem that they have. They're looking for the solution that they want, and they're looking for a straight line between those 2 points. That's what they're looking for. It's the same content, but it's a very different kind of way of delivering that narrative. It's just an execution error. So here's how you can tell if you're doing this right or not. Number one, how much of the copy on the page is about you versus the problem that the visitor is facing. If more than 20% of your homepage is about you guys instead of your target audience, then you've got it the wrong way round, and that's why your site is only creating a fraction of its potential leads, customers, patients, whatever it is that you're looking for on that site. Now again, don't worry by the way, at the end of this video I'll give you some links so that you can start to solve these problems for free. So stay till the end and you'll be able to get that. So number two, is the offer on the page designed to get what you want or what they want? This is a really common one again, we see this all the time. So for instance, if the offer is to buy something or leave, or if it's to schedule a nondescript free consultation or something like that, this is all based on what you want people to do. This is what you want for your business's growth, isn't it? But remember, usually when people visit, they aren't ready to make a sale yet. And then nobody really wants a free consultation about anything. They want their problem solved. They want their problems to go away. So the second thing is to make sure that the offers are designed around them and not around you, their goals, not yours. Again, don't worry, there's a way to solve this and I'll give that to you in just a minute. The third thing is if the site was designed around what you wanted it to look like rather than what you think your audience wants it to look like, then that's your next problem. Remember, you aren't your customer, are you? If you look at your latest sales sheets, you're not going to find yourself at the top of that list as your best client. So it shouldn't be designed around you, it should be designed around these people that you want to serve, shouldn't it? Your audience won't be able to clearly see themselves in your site and such make an action that you want them to take from that if it wasn't designed for them. Alright, that's self-recognition. These are 3 high-level but critical pieces for a cause-driven or a sustainable or an ethical or a B corporation business if you want to stand out, sell better, and make more of an impact. Okay, so number 2 is called self-elevation. This may sound weird, but when somebody lands on your website and scrolls a little bit and reads a little bit, if you've done things properly, they're going to say to themselves, oh my word, these guys get me better than I do. And we know how awesome this is because we know for ourselves just how little this ever happens for us. If this has ever happened for you, you'll no doubt remember this. Wouldn't it be nice to be remembered in that way when your visitors visit your site? That's where what we call self-elevation comes into play. When you can elevate their own message to a level beyond that which they have been able to articulate it themselves. Well, when they see your site's copy and they see your site's design and its offer to them, they're able to say, yep, these guys understand exactly where I'm at, perhaps even a little better than I do. Where do I sign up? I'm in. Or at least I'm curious, I'd like to hear more, right? So here's how you can tell if you're doing this right or not. The first way to tell is if your site isn't using any feeling words, then you may not be doing this right. See, the way that your visitors experience your site should match the way that they experience their problem. And usually, there's some emotion in there. Decisions are made emotionally, not just logically. And buying decisions are actualized with emotions and then rationalized with logic. So if we have no feeling words in play in our site, then it's safe to assume that we didn't elevate the message, the narrative, the problem beyond their own articulation, isn't it? The second way to tell is if your site has lots and lots and lots of pages, all for the same target audience, where you ask them to go and click around and figure out the message for themselves. If that's the case, you may not be doing it right as well. See, if you're making them click around all over the place, then you're not able to lead them through the right stages of the right journey in the right order, or even at all. It's kind of like just giving them a jigsaw and saying, figure that out, isn't it? That's what so many websites do these days, isn't it? Whereas if you have a single longer page that goes through pattern interruption, creating a clear description, understanding their problem, understanding their solution, building a bridge between those two worlds, showing the mission behind things and helping them take action on that, then you can be far more confident that you're going to be able to connect with them on an emotional level and inspire and encourage them to take action with you. The exception here is e-commerce sites. They obviously need to have more pages because they're going to have more products, more stories to tell. But in those cases, it's a similar situation. Each of those product pages needs to be able to tell that story, not just about the product, but about the buyer, the potential buyer. It's their story as well, not just the story of the product. The third way to tell if we're communicating right with people through self-elevation is if we're worried about price or not. I mean, think about price. People discount their products when they can't shift their products, otherwise they would discount, right? And people can't shift their products if they can't connect with their target audience well enough. So if you're haggling and negotiating on price, or if you're struggling to decide on a good price, or you're confused about pricing, then that simply means you probably aren't connecting with your audience well enough through your website. Alright, that's self-elevation. These are 3 high-level but critical pieces that your website's words, your website's design, your website's offer, your website's structure all need if you want to be able to stand out, sell better, and make more of an impact as a cause-driven, sustainable, ethical, or B Corporation company. We've got a free training that covers in more detail the things that we're talking about here now, plus how to make them happen for your site. So if your site is important to your business, do it a favor and go to builtforimpact.net. If you scroll down there on the page, you'll see the opportunity to get this free full training video. So click the link while you remember to, and off you go and start making these fixes today. And let me know what you think of it once you've gone through that video, so that you can help difference makers that are going to also experience this content also stand out, sell better, and make more of an impact in the areas that they've chosen to take responsibility of in the world. I'm Adam Fairhead. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.